sent her a message whenever she gets back to me. Hopefully we can get that figured out.
Yeah, you thought. Welcome to the dumbest podcast on your desk. I am Andy McDoucherson.
And I am Clayton Keg.
The keg of all kegs, the Clayton Keg of the keg of all kegs of the pony keg? I don't know where I was going with that, but I tried.
Either way, you just got kegerated.
You dickhole.
Yes.
Damn it.
Yes.
Did I deserve that? No, I did not. But
hey, I'll still take the first one. That's for sure.
Hey, you know what I got? I got
kegerated. I really wanted to draw that out longer because I knew that was...
You're a dick. That's all that is.
Went straight out of Dogtown.
Oh, went straight into Dogtown. Went straight into Dogtown and out of Dogtown.
Oh, man. Anything new for you going on lately outside of the podcast studio?
Oh, I might be running audio for a metal show. I don't know where yet, but hopefully by the time this episode comes out, I can give you more details. I think it's in March. I'm not entirely sure. But other than that, yeah, that's really the only thing going for me. I mean, I don't DJ anymore because hauling this gear out of my podcast studio and whatnot makes it a little bit difficult. But, that's really kind of, that's really kind of it for me.
Yeah, I mean, as far as...
let them know what you're doing, Keg. Or actually, don't let them know.
No,
just
I'm going to let them know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to simply say I hope you still...
Gonna learn today, motherfuckers.
I'm still hoping I can make it to that show that you possibly are going to be involved with. And,
audio and lighting.
Nice. Are you taking the fog machine as well?
I'm undecided because that thing I don't have a remote control for. And because I don't have a remote control for it, I can't just hit it when I want to.
Right.
Yeah, it's one of them things where I have to set it to either just keep producing a shit ton of smoke or every now and again it'll produce smoke. So I don't know.
Well, I do know towards the end of March, Clayton Keg here will be in Portage, Indiana at On the Rocks for a PRW show.
On the Rocks, known for wrestling shows,
yes.
And for me, I went to one drag show there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I mean, I was really surprised that they did a drag show there. I just kind of walked in and I walked in with other people. They said it was a drag show. And at first I was like, I don't know. They're like normally, okay, so at that point, I've only been to one drag show before that. And that drag show was packed. I mean, it was fucking crowded. It was nuts. Women was fucking going crazy.
It was a drag show, so I'm sure it was nuts.
Yes. Yes. Women was fucking going crazy. There wasn't really many dudes there. The only really dudes that I knew that was there was me and two other people.
Oh, nice.
And, three other people. And one of them passed away. May, God rest his soul. But besides that, I went to this drag show. It wasn't that crowded, and we were at the front table that was pretty much right in front of the big space where they would do all their performances and stuff.
Right.
And I ain't gonna lie, I felt weird. But then, the alcohol got in me, and then I realized it is what it is. It's a show. It's like going to Sandra Bernhard. Apparently,
okay.
Dude, I did not know this. She's a comedian, And not only is she a comedian, she's a dancer. And
I knew she was a comedian. I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
I didn't know she was a dancer.
Well,
That's
I might.
I didn't
No,
know.
I didn't mean to say dancer. I meant singer. But
I didn't know she sang either. So
yeah. So like she is like the full package. You go to one of her shows, you're gonna get a little bit of everything. Okay. Again, I'm not sure about the dancing.
I have heard that drag shows are pretty fucking entertaining. I've never been to one.
Oh, dude, they're fucking great. I highly recommend it.
Yeah. Did you get any numbers?
No. No, but I did talk to a lot of women for sure.
They were actual women?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah. I did. Let's see. I went to this drag show in Chicago, Kit Kat Lounge. Went for my sister's birthday, which is funny because we're going to be talking about a woman that isn't in drag, but
she looked like she should have been.
For real, I was going to the ATM across the street. I walked past this woman. It was in Kit Kat Lounge, I think is in Boys Town. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's true or not. But anyway, I walked past this woman, and I just saw her outfit, and I just straight up looked at her like, I love your outfit. Guaranteed, she probably thought I was gay just for thinking that I liked her outfit.
Well,
but not only like that woman that was outside of the club. I mean, I've talked to a few women that was inside the club, and I have a video of my sister, watching like at the end of the show, there was this dude that did it wasn't really a strip tease. It was more like he was just like shirtless, just spinning around on the floor in knee pads and just like, like being like Magic Mike styled, but just like solo or whatever. And when that happened, I straight up took a video of my sister on her birthday, and she was having a ball.
Oh, that's awesome, though.
Still to this day, I mean, I have to find that video. Well, I have to find that phone to find that video, but still to this day, I look at that video and it makes me laugh because she was having a ball.
Dude,
and
once you find it, you should
great.
send her that video on her birthday and be like, remember these good times.
You know what? I might do that.
Yeah, I'm
I
not even making a joke out of it.
I know. I
awesome.
might do that. I got to find the phone first.
All right, so.
Oh, man. I can't believe I just rambled on for fucking 4 or 5 minutes.
It's all right, man. I mean, honestly,
about drag shows.
I kind of do want to check one out. I keep hearing it's entertaining. I actually do personally know somebody who has been involved with drag shows.
Every now and again, Paragon in Hobart will do a drag show in the bar.
I never knew that.
That was my first drag show, was at the Paragon in the bar. And the only reason why I made it to that drag show is because I was so sure that one person wasn't going to go to it. I do
remember this story.
I went to the woman that told me, like, hey, we going to this drag show. Do you want to come with us? I will only go if this person is going. They said, yes, he's going too. God damn it. I was so sure. So fucking sure that he wasn't fucking going to go to this drag show. And then next thing I know, I've even been told by people like, you went to a drag show that makes you gay. Like, no, that means you're going to possibly pick up a horny woman at the end of the night if you really play your cards right.
You know, that's the whole thing with people trying to do this shit and say stupid shit like that. Like, what, even if the drag queens are gay, which most of them probably are, that's not really here nor there.
That's true.
The point is, what, you're going to say that their gayness is going to rub off? That's like saying, oh, you're friends with Manny? Oh, you're going to be black by next week.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? It doesn't make sense.
All the Mexicans that I fucking work with are going to be black before they go back to Mexico. Oh, and they're here legally, just in case if you were wondering.
Oh, my God.
That'd be fucking crazy.
Oh, that's just so ridiculous to me. But let's get on to some more ridiculousness.
Yeah, they ain't no shit.
Today we're talking about Mary Milan, also known better as Typhoid Mary.
Did not remember her last name.
Yeah. Honestly, I never knew her real name until doing this research. I always knew her as Typhoid Mary.
Well, her name is Mary. That's the...
No, yeah. I mean, obviously.
Most people didn't think that her name was actually Mary.
Oh, thinking that it's like
Typhoid Mary as like
Like her name was actually Sandra or something. Like, what?
Yeah.
What? Where'd they get married?
It's like Cassandra's Secrets. No, my name is Cassandra. It's like, oh, okay. I only got Cassandra because of watching the TV show Librarians earlier today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So Mary, well, yeah, I guess I did already do that. See, I do that shit to myself all the fucking time. Why do I do that, man? Also known as Typhoid Mary, due to the fact she was an asymptomatic carrier of typhoid fever.
Yeah, which is something that has been said with COVID and the flu and all of that stuff. You can be asymptomatic, not show any signs, but we'll get into that.
And there was actually, I think, a case, if I remember correctly, of somebody who was an AIDS carrier and did not feel any effects of being having AIDS. They were asymptomatic as well, and they were just giving out AIDS everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is the first time that I'm hearing about that. I've heard a lot of stories about AIDS and AIDS carriers, but I've never heard asymptomatic one.
That's the only one I've ever heard of.
I mean, it would make sense because someone at some point in time would be asymptomatic. I mean, it's just.
I'm gonna look. You know what? I'm gonna do a deep dive on that. I gotta look back into it. It's one time that I've ever heard of it, and it's pretty wild, And I do know it's true. That much is certain. I'm going to look more into that for our show.
Wow. Okay.
Typhoid is caused by Salmonella enterica or enterica. I knew I was going to fuck this up.
Enterica.
Enterica. Thank you.
Well, that's if you spelled it right.
Well, I did spell it right. I made sure I spelled it right, but I can't say it right.
Well, you're either going to call it enterica or enterica, but I would say enterica because it would have more of a Latin flair, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know why I wanted to say it more like enterica, but I know that's not right, and that's what I started to say, and I tried to correct it and still fucked it up.
No, that's the shitty Spanish in you. Like enterica. That's the shitty Spanish in you, for sure.
Well, at least I made the effort. Which is a contagious bacterium and can be deadly. Many speculate she was most likely born with this disease since her mother did have it during pregnancy.
Okay.
I was kind of wondering if that was something that if you're pregnant with that, does it carry on? And apparently this could be the case with this.
Yeah, because it happens with AIDS and other sexually transmitted diseases.
And it
but
brings me back
of course, they didn't know that back then.
I mean, it still brings me back to even the John List case, when she had syphilis, and So does that carry through to the kids that they had, because she had it during childbirth, and there was never anything speculated or said that her kids had it after childbirth, but it does make me wonder, and that's something that I never got an actual 100% answer on even now.
Sexually transmitted diseases,
yeah,
almost as difficult to understand as the human brain.
Yeah. I mean, look at me.
Sad. Absolutely sad.
So, at any rate, Mary was born September 23rd, 1869, in Cookstown, Ireland.
Hell yeah.
Mary came to the U.S. in 1884 at the age of 15.
Put it on the board. Haven't been keeping track, but trying to get back at it.
Hey, we're bringing it back. The counter is back. Look at me. Counter's back. Yeah, baby. Mary stayed with her aunt and uncle for a while and began working as a maid, though she would eventually become a cook for wealthy families, which her cooking career started in 1900 to 1907 in the New York area for about 8 different families. 7 of the 8 families she worked for contracted typhoid.
Huh, no kidding.
I didn't see that coming, and they didn't.
Put it on the board.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, sorry about my outline going to the screen, but sometimes it's gotta happen. I gotta look at the screen sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm trying to pretend like I know how to read, so. Though during her time as a cook, she was believed to have infected between 51 to 122 people with typhoid.
Oh, for sure, it's about like 100. Oh, for sure, easily it's about 100.
Dude, the number alone, even if it was just 50, that's still an insane amount.
And we're going to get into it.
Oh, absolutely. It's just such an insane amount, man. And there were also 3 confirmed deaths from this disease as well. But there were about 50 other deaths believed to be related to her cooking, but that total is unconfirmed.
I mean, it's understandable that it's unconfirmed because, the record keeping even back then is nowhere near. Yeah, is nowhere near to the way it is today. But they did have the record keeping to. You know what? We're gonna get into it.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Wait. No, we're gonna get into it. if we don't, I would be shitty about this fucking deep dive.
Well, be prepared to not be surprised.
Wow.
Mary began.
Okay.
Mary began working, and oh god,
Memoronic.
We're gonna go with that. He nailed it. New York in 1900, and within the first 2 weeks, residents contracted typhoid fever.
Huh? No kidding.
This is shocking and appalling. Mary relocated to Manhattan in 1901, and almost immediately family members developed fevers and diarrhea. Wow. Mary left that family to work for a lawyer for a short while until 7 out of the 8 members of the family became ill. And it seemed like it was pretty instantaneous of her beginning her work career there.
Yep, we're going to get into why this happened.
In 1904, Mary was hired by a prosperous lawyer named Henry Gilsey. Gilsey,
that's fine.
Yeah, Gilsey works.
Yeah, you should have owned that.
I should have. Soon after she began working there, 4 of the 7 servants became sick.
Huh, no kidding.
Yeah. Though none of the family were affected due to the servants living in their own house. And actually, wait, I don't think it's in here. But I did look that up. The servants' quarters was like literally damn near a quarter mile away from the fucking actual house.
I wonder why.
Well,
because we don't want them motherfucking servants spreading them diseases over here when they're not working.
Yeah.
When they're working, they can be here. But when they're not working, you take your ass a quarter mile away from them.
Out. You do your job and you fucking leave.
Shut your ass up and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and this guy was actually known to be a complete asshole. And you think I'm an asshole? This guy puts me to shame with his assholery.
No kidding. Well, you was this like 1904. So yeah,
1904.
No kidding.
Yeah, snooty ass motherfucker.
Oh, Trump would have thrived at this point. Getting political.
What? Trump would have fucking told this guy, "Hey, back me up with some finances. I got you, buddy." It would have been like the whole fucking.
that would have been Trump. But he would have had more money.
Yeah. Yeah, true. He probably wouldn't have had to file so many. Anyway, that's neither here.
Like so many judges' rulings and whatnot.
Right.
All right, moving on from the political talk.
That's why I tried to stop myself before finishing that.
Yeah, that's why I did it. Check out the Patreon to see the look on his face and mine. See the look on his face and mine.
And I'll drink to that.
Yeah. So the video is completely unedited. So anything you hear on the regular audio is edited for time and for listening and whatnot. But the video is completely unedited. Any pauses it's
there.
Yeah, it's there for sure.
Oh yeah. As soon as the outbreak began in the servants' quarters, Mary relocated to Tuxedo Park, where she was hired by George Kessler. Much of the same, within 2 weeks of her time there, a laundry worker was infected with typhoid and taken to a hospital where she would ultimately die from typhoid. This would be the first documented death from Mary's reign as a cook.
Which is something I was going to get into earlier, but I wasn't, you kind of threw me off with it, was the fact that, it's been documented where she's been cooking.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's been documented where she's been cooking and people are getting sick where she's been cooking or just like handling like dishes or cleaning or whatever. It's mostly the cooking though.
Yeah.
And like yo, and who knew that back in 1900, 1896, 1904, that something like this was able to be kept track of. But we can't keep track of a fucking rapist on the street.
Come on out, you rapist!
Wow.
Because we can't track you. Come on out.
For some strange reason.
No, yeah, that is so wild to me as well, especially with technology today. What the fuck you mean? What the fuck you mean?
He didn't sign in and didn't meet up with his PO.
Okay, well,
go find that motherfucker.
Right. And now all of a sudden they're like,
fuck.
we don't know where he's at. What do you mean you don't
It's
know?
like, dude, the both of us know people that have been fucking convicted of that fucking same shit for fucking false fucking goddamn reasons.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's like, I'm going to abide just to make sure I get off this and not be considered a piece of shit.
Right. Hey, so, with that in mind, I mean, since we're on this subject, I do know there's people that are actually innocent that are in that bracket of people. And I feel like the innocent ones that are just there because they got fucking railroaded get treated worse than the people that actually did it.
And then the white college kids who actually go out there and fucking rape fucking, college women, underage fucking women. Yeah. It's just like, well, you're going to mess up his career. You're gonna mess up
mess
for real?
Up his career. You just fucked up my kid's head altogether. You fucked up everything that kid was gonna fucking learn.
Okay,
now,
we got really
straight out of Dogtown.
No, because I'm kind of getting ramped up by all that, dude. For real, dude.
For real. I mean,
there's a situation that I wanted to talk to you about off air because. Yeah.
No, you don't have to talk about it. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, no. So at any rate, 1906, Mary relocated to Long Island and began working for a wealthy family in Oyster Bay. Charles Elliott Warren, who was a banker, hired Mary. Well, okay, there we go. She only worked with the family from August to September. That's not that fucking long.
No,
not that long at all. But in that time, 6 of the 11 family members.
That's a month.
Ooh, and in that month, 6 out of 11. That's over half.
No shit.
Family members came down with typhoid. It was noted that typhoid in Oyster Bay was highly unusual, and at the time, Charles Warren seemed to not suspect Mary could be the cause. He hired some independent experts to find the source from the infection. The initial reason he hired these experts was due to his concern about renting out the residence with talks of typhoid coming from this residence. And he did not want a bad reputation as a landlord.
Oh, yeah. He not only did he not want to have a bad reputation as a landlord, if I remember correctly, Mary was white?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She
was from Ireland.
Yeah. So, of course, if Mary was black, they would have...
They'd have been like...
They would have targeted her. I mean, I hate to pull out the motherfucking race card and shit, but
time
for
period,
real,
though, it was all about the race card.
For fucking sure. So there's no fucking way that if there was a black woman that was carrying motherfucking typhoid, doing all of this motherfucking same shit, there is no motherfucking way in hell that they weren't gonna motherfucking put that black woman in motherfucking jail, even if she didn't have typhoid.
Dude, and honestly, at that time period, they would have probably fucking hung her ass. You know what I mean? Because that seems like around the time period they were still hanging people. Now, here's another thought. Think about this, because they could easily put it on a black woman at that time period because Mary did the cooking. They still had a servant bring the food from the kitchen to them. And 9 times out of 10, it was probably a black woman bringing them their food from the kitchen to the table. So absolutely they were going to blame the black woman. No doubt about it.
We're straight out of Dogtown.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're straight out of Blacktown. They snitched on all them niggas.
Yeah, that was straight out of racist town. That's what the USA was at this point. Racist town all the way.
Wow. You know, I didn't expect that, but you know what? Yeah, very much on board.
Yeah. George Soper, who was amongst the experts hired by the Warrens family to investigate the cause of the outbreak, George began his investigation, but initially he was hasty. So because of his rush testing, it was first believed that the cause of the contagion was from freshwater clams.
Well, what were the tests on them clams?
That theory,
there was no test.
No, I don't think there was. To be fair,
Guaranteed. But keep going.
Yeah. That theory was quickly proven to be wrong, since not everyone who came ill with typhoid had eaten any clams, and in fact, it wasn't even.
No kid.
Yeah, it was never.
Burp in the middle
It
of
was
saying
never even confirmed that family had eaten clams during that outbreak to begin with. So the whole thing really made no sense to me that was where he went to first to begin with.
You know, there's a movie on Tubi. I can't remember the name of it. I want to talk about Badfish on Tubi, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
No, there's this movie on Tubi where I haven't seen it, where this it's like maybe a marine biologist or something, and somewhere in Maine or something, there's a lot of jellyfish, and there's not supposed to be a lot of jellyfish in that general area or something.
I think I've heard of this.
Yeah, like I've just only seen like the little clip, and he just like kind of picks it up and just says some, scientific name. It's just like jellyfish. And then like there's a fisherman goes like, well, why are the jellyfish here? And then the dude says some explanation of why they would be there during the summer. And then the fisherman says like, yeah, but it's fucking January. Why are they here now? And then it was something else, and then it kind of, clips out after that.
I can't remember what bay that is that you're talking about, but
I can't remember either.
I almost want to say Montego Bay, but I could be completely wrong because I don't even know if that's up in Maine, to be honest. But I do know there's a Montego Bay.
I think that's in Mexico.
No. There is a Montego, Mexico, but no, the bay that I'm talking about is here in the U.S.
Okay.
Yeah. At any rate.
Shall I look it up?
Why not?
Right.
I'll go ahead and move on while you're looking that up. George then began testing the sick people, and he even attempted to test Mary herself, though Mary refused to give samples initially. Really?
It's like, oh no, she didn't want to give samples because she didn't want somebody to impregnate him later.
She even threatened George with a carving fork, and since Mary refused to give any samples, George decided to look closer at her past 5 years of her employment. He found out of 8 families that had hired Mary as a cook. 7 of those families reported an outbreak of typhoid. That seems weird.
Jamaica?
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I really thought it was here in the U.S.
Montego. Well,
oh, that's a grill.
well, yeah, I wasn't expecting it to show the grill, but
hey, that dish looks pretty fucking fire, though. I'll say that.
Well, when I looked up the bay, it just came up Jamaica.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could have been right. It's not the first time I've been wrong, but I really thought there was a Montego Bay here in the United States.
Oh, it could be part of them. It could be part of them islands that New Yorkers go to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's like still within the water, not the
US.
waterline, the U.S. Waterline border or whatever. I can't remember the name of it, but I hear it's really nice. I can't remember the name of that.
Yeah,
right
no,
now.
I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's why this is the dumbest podcast on your desk because
we think we know shit.
yeah, that ain't no shit.
George George also discovered that Mary had a boyfriend. Ooh, yeah. George also discovered that Mary had a boyfriend named Raymond Hubler. Fucking could you imagine that name? Hubler. George met up with Raymond to try and persuade Mary to give a sample to test. But shockingly, Mary yet again refused. No kidding. Mary argued that typhoid was everywhere and that the outbreaks were due to contaminated food and water. Since the two men could not convince Mary to willingly give samples to test, George then contracted. He contracted, I guess, apparently.
I'm going to light up my cigar because, yeah.
We might have to take a pause here for a second. Anyways.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, pause.
Right.
Mary argued that typhoid was everywhere and that the outbreaks were due to contaminated... pull the Henry there. That typhoid was everywhere and that the outbreaks were due to contaminated food and water. Since the two men could not convince Mary to willingly give samples to test, George then contacted the New York City Health Department.
Went straight out of Dogtown.
Mary was arrested and forced into an ambulance. It took 5 officers to accomplish this.
Which I swear, when I first heard this story, I thought this was a black woman that they haven't shot in the fucking head at this point.
Oh, dude, I mean, Irish women are pretty wild too,
Yes,
bro.
yes.
Like, seriously.
You know, I can't say that the comedian Morgan Murphy is wild, but I will say one thing. She is gorgeous, beautiful fucking red fucking Irish hair, and she's hilarious.
Dude, I
Absolutely
love redheaded
hilarious.
women, dude. I really do. Redheaded women, like, there's a lot of pretty ones.
Dude, not only a redheaded woman, but a hilarious, funny ass fucking hilarious woman, like funny ass fucking woman, like for real.
Just know that a lot of those hilarious ass redheaded women can still whoop the shit out of a motherfucker.
That's true.
Once at Willard Park Hospital, Mary was forced to give samples. The results shocked them. Even though Mary had seemed in perfect health, she was in fact infected with typhoid. This concept of a healthy carrier was new to even the medical professionals. So they did quarantine Mary for the first time and this is the first time they said.
First time since 1896?
Yeah. The first time her quarantine ran from 1907 to 1910.
Yeah, and she's been spreading typhoid since 1896.
Yeah.
I could be wrong about the number, but I'm pretty sure.
I think it was 1896 to be fair. So that's still a pretty good amount of time.
I am really good with numbers somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I don't know how either because I suck with them. When her quarantine was made public, the name Typhoid Mary was born. Yeah, and she absolutely hated that name.
Oh,
I'm sure she did, yeah. During her quarantine, Mary was forced to give samples for testing 3 times a week. Like, they're just poking and prodding her. 3 times a fucking week, man. Fuck that. I'd be pissed about that shit, too.
Being called Typhoid Mary is like being called Captain Clap or the Clap Commander. Oh no, these were
Straight out of Dogtown.
oh no, these
Oh, I caught it as soon as you said the second one because I remember this conversation.
Yes. No, there was a woman out there that was called Captain Clap and the Clap Commander.
yeah.
The funny part about it is she didn't have the clap. But everybody called
We
her
still
that.
don't know if she was a commander, though.
No, she was not a commander. maybe the children from later, but at the time, no, there was no kids. She didn't get the clap. If for some strange reason she hears this, which I highly doubt it. The clap commander, like, oh, for real.
Wow. Oh, so on top of these 3 times a week,
Captain. Yeah, that's on video. Yeah, we got that on video, homie. Captain.
takes a whole new meaning to clapping some cheeks.
Oh my God.
So on top of these 3 times a week forced samples, they were also running experimental medicine through her, which caused her eyelid to become paralyzed. In fact,
yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, they were fucking her up during this whole fucking event.
I'm glad you said her up after fucking.
No, yeah. You know, sometimes I actually say that word and don't even fucking realize it. Look, right there. I just caught it. I didn't know I said it until I said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, 300 and how many times
Oh.
for the word come?
Oh, that was 300 and...
I feel like 317.
Yeah, it was 317, I believe. I think that was it.
It's like, yeah.
We still got it on the racist whiteboard.
Yeah, we're never going to get that again until we get that cum fucker in here.
And he's definitely going out of his way to beat that one.
Yes, very much so. But we're gonna give him a time period. Oh no, for sure. This is definitely gonna motherfucking happen.
You know what's gonna happen as soon as you ask him anything.
We need to get back.
We really do.
Yeah, that's I'm sorry.
In fact, she had to have her eye wrapped in bandages at night, and they did not allow her to see an eye doctor. In 1909, Mary attempted to sue the New York Health Department, but the case was dismissed by the Supreme Court. Mary then wrote a letter to her lawyer claiming she was being treated like a guinea pig, and obviously it sounded like she was.
Yes.
She was given medicine that threatened to shut down vital organs, and the doctors had told her that the typhoid was in her intestinal tract, then told her it was in a bowel muscle, then said it was in her gallbladder, so obviously they could not pinpoint the source to begin with.
I mean, obviously not if she was asymptomatic to begin with.
Yeah, so it's just throughout her whole fucking body at this point.
Right.
And it's not affecting her, it's just affecting everybody around her.
Yeah, just like somebody with COVID who should be wearing a goddamn fucking face mask, and this is not going to be the last time I'm going to talk about this.
I thought everybody else around that guy had to wear a mask.
This is not the last time I'm going to talk about this. No, for real.
I'm in agreement with you on this.
Yes.
And that's why I said it the way I said it.
If you're sick, wear a motherfucking goddamn mask.
Right, dude.
Don't be out there coughing on motherfuckers.
Nobody else should have to wear a mask because you're fucking stupid, all right?
Like, why do you think in Asia they wear fucking masks? Certain people wear masks and certain people don't. Oh, because the ones that are fucking sick, they can cough into the fucking mask and it don't spread to motherfucking everywhere. Seriously.
Yeah.
We're America. We're supposed to be the superpower. Oh, we're okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Went straight out of Dogtown.
Yeah.
Mary never believed she was a carrier, so the help of a friend. So with the help of a friend, she sent samples to an independent New York lab. These samples all came back negative for typhoid. And by this point, it was also deemed unnecessary for carriers to be quarantined.
A Republican since she was born.
So after 2 years and 11 months of quarantine, Mary was released. Though there was a stipulation to her release, she had to agree to stop working as a cook.
Yeah, you thought?
They're like, bitch, fucking stop.
You thought?
To which she agreed.
Yeah, yes, she did. Guess what happened next?
Mary was given a job as a laundry worker, which made significantly less money as a cook.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. Mary worked for some time as a laundry worker. It was not specified, but it was a short time. I will say that.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Until she wounded her arm. The wound became infected, and she was unable to work for 6 fucking months. Now, she's already making a lot less money, so losing out on 6 months' pay, you could imagine she was definitely fucked.
That's the dryer.
Yeah. After a few years,
wait, no, I'm sorry. That's not right. That's actually the fucking wash. No, dude, think about it.
I feel like either or in that case as a laundry attendant at that point.
No, the early 1900s was, or like the late 1800s, early 1900s was kind of the modernization, was the beginning
With that ringer?
the beginning of the modernization of washing laundry.
Yeah.
So it was probably like she stuck her hand in there and it just fucking grabbed her
Just
shit.
took it almost like a wood chipper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
can
could
see
be
that.
very wrong about
Oh,
this.
no,
but
honestly, I feel like
think
at this
it's some-
time
I
period,
think,
that you're pretty dead
that
on.
time period, like, yeah. It could be like something like, you know how, like on farms, they have shit connected to tractors. Like the engine is turning like a drive shaft
Yeah.
that goes into something.
Yeah,
and it could be something like that. That's
So the reason I'm saying you're probably on track here, but at this time period, the way it was you had one person feeding this piece of laundry in while another person is cranking that thing. You
yeah.
know, so what probably
Sa-
happened was
yeah,
she was the
same
one
thing.
feeding it, and so as the other person's cranking it, her finger probably got caught up in there, and they
bam.
just kept cranking it and cranking it. So it makes sense. It tracks with the time period for sure.
You know what? A story that I know for a fact that I have never told on this podcast, and I don't think I've ever told you. I was on a school bus, and I got my fingers caught in my fingers in the door because I was in the front seat, and I had my hand outside the window, and then straight up, I went from not halfway the next block, maybe a quarter of the
To the next stop, really.
well, it would be a quarter to 7th Avenue,
Oh.
and then cross 7th Avenue to my crib.
Oh,
And then
that's
my
actually a good little stretch, actually.
Yeah, and my fingers was in that bitch that whole motherfucking time, and then I never really realized it until when I got older that he wouldn't have had to fucking just like really push that hard and somehow like they're still there and they still work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I will say with this finger here, and actually, so 2 fingers, because there's this one, got caught up in a Trans Am door. It's definitely crooked. I don't have feeling in the tip. This one got cut off by a 40-foot extension ladder. Still got the scar all the way around where they had to reattach it. I don't have feeling in the tip of that finger. So these 2 fingers, I can't really fucking feel. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a set of wait, no, show it to the fucking straight up. He literally has a set of devil horns that he can't feel the tips of.
And you know what? It's very appropriate because even in the concerts that I go to, this is the hand, and I'm like,
Devil.
so it doesn't matter because I can't feel these ones. So it's like, if I'm hitting somebody in the face, I don't care because I can't feel it.
All right, no, we get all right. So we got to get
After
back
a few years of making nearly nothing, she went back to cooking. Shocking. She had to use phony
ain't no
surnames,
shit,
and she was not able to get cooking jobs from well-to-do families
Well,
because they all fucking knew her.
Yeah. Yeah, if you ever heard of this fucking who I would have thought of, man, I'm telling you, every time I've heard this story, I keep thinking like this is a black woman, but this is not a black woman. That is,
Ooh.
but a black woman that just kind of, work her way into, being a cook, but it's not, and it's so fucking.
So, are you trying to say early Irish is kind of like nowadays blacks?
You are trying to be a little.
Come on out, you rapist!
Wow.
That seemed more extreme than what I was saying.
Whoa. No, it was extreme. I did it on purpose. No, I'm just saying like from even before your research on this, every time I hear this, I feel like it's, a black woman struggle with, a disease, and she keeps working her way forward and, but it's not. It's an Irish woman's, it's okay. I hate to say it this way.
No, you don't.
No, I really do. Because, like, a lot of the times, a lot of people say, like, a black woman's ambition, whether if it's cooking or whatever the fuck it is, like, not really a hindrance, but it's, not a hindrance, but,
yeah, I don't know what you're trying to get to here by saying not a hindrance. I mean, is it more of synonymous with their time period, maybe?
Well, yeah, actually, with the time period, yeah.
But I mean, but see, by saying even that, I mean, to me, even with what I said, because honestly, I'll be honest, before I did this research, I always thought Typhoid Mary was black to begin with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's I'm not really negating what you're saying.
I know.
What I'm saying is, it seems like the Irish were treated pretty similar to black people in that time period.
Which is true.
Yeah. So it's almost like they're kind of intertwined.
It's like the Irish, the Chinese, the Philippines.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like they all like got treated the same, but for some strange reason, the black woman was always not treated anywhere equal to anybody else.
And honestly, and I know this is a hot take, this is a hot source on top of that, but I've had arguments with people. In fact, well, me and you didn't really argue about it. We have talked about this before, but some of the first slaves in the United States weren't even black. They were Irish. They were from Ireland. They were the Celtics who were offshore of Ireland.
Okay. Well, I mean, there were always slaves before there were slaves in the United States.
But I'm talking in the United States.
In the colonies and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, even, there were even slaves in Africa and whatnot. Like, I understand that. And, I mean.
I know, but there's a lot of people that don't see it that way, even though it is actually true.
There were and are still slaves in India. I don't care what anybody say. There are slaves in India.
Well, I mean, look, even going beyond that. I mean, Egypt with the pyramids. That was awesome.
Sorry about that.
Egypt with the pyramids. Even going back before that in Jerusalem, there's a lot of slaves there. So yeah, I mean, either way you look at it, I'm not trying to get off track here, but it still seems to be in this story alone. I'm seeing a lot of the similarities to a lot of the slaves, what they had to deal with.
Yeah, there is some slavery in. Well, I'm not really sure how I can say this.
Slave adjacent.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah, slave adjacent. All right. So,
Went straight out of Dogtown.
So instead, she began cooking in restaurants, hotels, and even spas. Now, spas back in those days were fucking wild.
And the IDP. Wait. I swear I straight up just fucking spelled independent wrong.
You did. You forgot the E to begin with.
I forgot the N. I went from I to D.
D. Oh, and the E. You forgot the E as well. You went IDP instead of INDEP.
Yep. Fuck that up. Moving on.
But yeah, spas, they were basically like legalized whorehouses at that point. That's what spas were back in those days.
Oh, yeah.
For the next 5 years after her return to the kitchen, there were typhoid outbreaks everywhere she worked. With these outbreaks, George Soper pretty much knew who was responsible.
Huh, no kidding.
Yeah, how did he know? But Mary changed jobs and names frequently, which made it very difficult for George to track her down again. I mean, yeah, if you're on the fucking run, why would you stick with the same name for too long? I mean, you got to get in, you got to get out.
She can still stick with Mary. Just change
Oh,
the
yeah,
last
that surname's what's going to fuck you. In 1915, Mary started, Jesus, pull the Henry again, working for Sloan Hospital for Women in New York City. And soon after, 25 people were infected and 2 died. Edward B. Cragen, yeah, that's what I'm going with, called in George Soper to assist in the investigation for the outbreak. From other workers' verbal descriptions and even some handwritten, George identified this was caused by Mary.
All right, so if y'all seen the video or the Patreon or whatever the fuck, literally the motherfucking lighter got caught in my fucking beard.
I definitely fucking missed that. That's fucking great.
No, you was too busy reading, and I'm glad that you didn't see it because for real, I'm like, oh my god. And then you kept reading. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna play this off and just keep it going.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
I
like,
can't wait to
straight
see
up
that video.
Oh, dude, straight up caught on my beard.
Of course, as is her way, Mary fled from the outbreak, and police did find Mary. And when she took food, police did find Mary when she took food to a friend in Long Island. Mary was returned to quarantine on March 27th, 1915. Mary remained in quarantine for a little over 23 years at this point. Mary was even given her own private one-story cottage, so they segregated the fuck out of her.
Yeah.
Mary was even...
She ever want to know what it felt to be like a nigga, she felt like it right there.
I feel like she felt it throughout her life with this typhoid thing. Like, for real.
No, because she kept... See, I give you that with today's standards.
Okay.
But back then, ain't no way a fucking black woman be able to fucking get away with that.
Oh, yeah, no, they would have already done hung her. The first time they would have hung her.
Oh, yeah, full fucking show.
Okay, I'll give you that. You know what? I give it to you. They definitely would have been the first time. They wouldn't have even given her that other option.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like first time for sure.
Especially because these are like some well-to-do people. Like, they are high on the food chain at this point.
Like, right. Like, black woman, new disease, all of a sudden show up out of fucking goddamn blue. And then next thing you know, it's like, no, that black woman is dead.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was trying to get at before.
Okay. All right. See, that makes more sense now. And, all right. I'm on board with it. So I agree. Oh. Mary was even given a job with physician Alexandra Plavska. That is a fucking, I swear to God, that's a Russian name if I ever heard one. Plavska.
Wow.
Where Mary worked as a technician in Alexandra's lab.
You did that.
I did it. I'm not sorry for it in the least. Yeah, Mary washed bottles.
Yeah, you're not proud of it, but you're not ashamed either. No, I know the phrase. Because I say it to myself all the time.
Wasn't my best work, but I'm fucking standing by it.
And it's not the worst. So far.
Mary washed bottles in this lab and did recordings and prepared glasses of for pathologists. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. So, okay, now this is, I mean, I guess they're just bottles for experiments and whatnot, but aren't you worried that her typhoid's gonna contaminate any of what you're fucking doing? You know what I mean? You got her washing like beakers and shit for pathologists. You're not concerned that that's gonna contaminate some kind of fucking thing?
Well, yeah, no. You just say, yeah, no, she's gonna be fine.
Yeah, she's going to be fine. She's asymptomatic.
Yeah.
But what about the other? I mean, you're running experiments.
I
What
mean,
I'm saying is, if they're trying to find like a new way to produce a medicine, is that typhoid not gonna maybe fuck up what you're trying to work on and change the whole chemical reaction thing?
Yeah, no, but you know, it doesn't matter.
It was the no for me.
Oh, I was wondering when it was gonna fucking click to you. All right.
So at any rate, in 1932,
Yeah,
I'm still curious about that. I really am.
I know. But yeah. In 1932, Mary suffered from a stroke. After this, Mary was moved from her cottage that was on the grounds of the hospital to remain in the hospital. Oh my God, seriously. Mary spent her last 5 years in the hospital as she died from pneumonia on November 11th, 1938, at the age of 69.
Well, at least she didn't die of typhoid.
You had that fucking built in from the moment you wrote this, didn't you?
I sure the fuck did.
Yeah, the fuck he did. Oh, fucking real.
Oh, yeah. No.
And it only made it better that I read the paragraph for him.
Dude, you know what? That's why I hit that so hard. So I was hoping that would play out that way so I could do that. I was definitely dying, though, for sure.
Hey, good job.
Oh,
All right,
thank you.
So, next page.
I'm still kind of dying. Oh, hey, there you go.
Oh, all right.
Wait.
Wait, did you really shake that fucking thing? Oh, my God. Can you see me looking at the TV screen? I was looking at the
Habeas corpus Christi.
No.
Oh, so that is the story of Typhoid Mary, and ironically enough, she did not die of typhoid. Everybody else around her did, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, no.
Oh, yeah, not the people she worked for the second time around.
No, there was some. You even said yourself, not everybody from every family.
No, that's true. No,
died of
see, why do
typhoid.
you have to ruin the fucking joke? It was still funny the way it was.
Well, that's because
There was a lot of fucking people that died around her.
Well, that's
a
because
lot.
you did the same thing to me.
I
but
did.
you know, I just have to say,
Here's to the losers, bless them all.
You do deserve that one.
look at me, I'm jerking off dicks.
Hey, he's air jerking.
Yeah, you have
Two
to.
of them.
Yeah, you have to
Impressive.
check out that video if you ever want to see
Impressive.
that. Or if you ever want to see this weird ass face.
Hey, with that momentum, I think you could have fit in a third.
No, I don't think I can. I think you would want me to, and then I would tell you I wasn't doing the first two.
Oh, so it was all an act.
Yes.
That's disappointing.
That's why it sucks to be you. Because you get so disappointed so easily. Yes.
Went straight out of Dogtown.
All right. Well, that's been a podcast. Thanks for that Typhoid Mary story.
Yeah, man. You know, I was sad though because there was a lot more information I wanted to have for it, but there was a lot of sources I didn't have access to. So I made what I could find work for our show.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, to make it one episode. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of other shit that I could have gone into, but a lot of it kind of circled itself. So, like, there was a lot of information I was finding that it just all kind of said the same shit, just worded it differently as it went.
I mean, I will say that you did definitely cover the ground like the ground basics
Oh,
of
yeah.
like the definite of the story, which is great.
Yeah.
But thanks for listening. This is the dumbest podcast on your desk. I'm Andy McDouche.
And I'm Clayton Keck.
You can catch us on Spotify, Amazon,
You can catch us on
Amazon
stuff.
Music, Samsung Podcast Index, Listen Notes, Pandora, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Deezer, Audible, Sirius XM Radio,
Oh, yeah, Sirius XM Radio.
and you can email us at yourstoriesdpoyd@gmail.com. Holla at your boys. Peace.